Welcome to the TeenPreneur Show. I'm your host, Dia Coley, and I'm a teenpreneur, bringing you global entrepreneurs who are teenagers. They've started out really young and are an inspiration to all. They prove to be the perfect example of how teenagers can rise high. So tune into this show every week to know more about these young game changers and be inspired by these teens. Watch the young dream big. Now on with the show. Hello everyone, welcome back to the TeenPreneur Show. I am your host, Dia Coley, and I'm also a teen entrepreneur. I'm the founder of Redone It by Dia, which is a business that recycles denim into fashionable handbags, all made by underprivileged women tailors. Also, 100% of the proceeds are donated towards cancer research and cancer treatment. But now let's get on with the show. Today we have Jamilah Muhammad. She's 17 years old and from Atlanta, Georgia. Let's bring her on. Hi, Jamilah.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Can you tell us about yourself?
Well, hello everyone. My name is Jamilah Muhammad. I'm a 17-year-old actress, model, host, and author of my own notebook journal and now planner.
Wow, that's so amazing. You've been doing so much just at 17. That's just absolutely amazing. So can you tell us about your acting career? What have you been a part of?
Well, I started acting around the ages of 12. I actually just recently had a project that I was featured in called The Underground Railroad. It's now on Amazon Prime, but it's by
Wow.
Mr. Barry Barry. I've done a lot. Starred by Lee Daniels, Black Panther, Stranger Things. The list goes on and on.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I didn't know you were in Stranger Things. I love that show. And I love Black Panther, my favorite movie.
Yes.
That's so cool. Can you tell me what was the first film you were a part of?
My very first film that I was a part of was starred by Lee Daniels.
Mhm.
That was an amazing experience, and that's really how I got started in the acting industry. I actually physically cried when leaving the set because I found
Oh,
that was something that I really love to do.
it's amazing that you're so passionate about it. And can you tell me about some other stuff that you've been a part of, films that you really loved?
Um, let's see. The list is very wide. Homicide Hunters, Murder Chose Me. Both of those are on the Investigation Discovery channel.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, it's a whole list, and for some reason I just can't think of them all.
I bet, I bet. How many have you been featured in so far?
um, Probably well over 30.
Oh,
Well over 30.
wow. That's so amazing. That's so cool.
Yes.
So, you've been doing this for a long time. Have you ever done any training for it?
Yes. Well, one of my acting coaches is Miss Michelle Watson. She's an Emmy
That's so
Award
cool.
winning acting coach who is located here in Atlanta, Georgia. I love her so much. And on my modeling side, I've worked with Pearl Fusine, owner of Pearl School of Modeling, located here in Atlanta, Georgia, also in
Mhm.
Haiti and Florida.
That's like incredible. And you mentioned modeling now. Can you tell us about your modeling career?
Well, I began modeling shortly after I started my acting career. I
Mm-hmm.
found it was something else that I really enjoyed, from being on the runway to photo
Yeah.
shoots, just ripping and running everywhere. I absolutely love the camera. It brings me so much joy. I'm literally like a kid in a candy store.
I bet. And oh my gosh, that sounds so fun. The runways and the photo shoots. Can you tell us about your like favorite runway or anything?
Let's see. I've walked New York Fashion Week and Essence
Wow.
Festival in New Orleans. Between those two, I really can't choose which one is my favorite, but
Uh-huh.
they were both two completely different experiences, but
Mm-hmm.
both amazing experiences. And from photo shoots,
Yeah.
I would definitely say, actually, I just was published in VOGUE Italias Photo Vogue, Time
Wow.
Magazine. So those two also go hand in hand. I can't really choose, but I I'm working on something now. I just had a photo shoot yesterday. I can't really
Mm-hmm.
speak too much on it, but it was super dope.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That sounds so amazing. Were you ever nervous while doing them?
I'm always nervous. I'm actually nervous right now, but
Ah.
I'm always nervous right before I start shooting or right before
Mhm.
I grace the runway. I just take a deep breath in, take one out, and it's go time.
That's great. And you've been doing so much, and we'll talk about more stuff that you've actually been doing. But can you tell me how you managed to balance your schedule?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, I came out with a planner for kids and
Hmm.
teens, and even adults can use it. Like myself, who have very busy schedules. So, usually, how my week goes, I start planning on Sunday, and then I go more into the week. I list down everything that I have to get done, what days I have interviews, what days I have photo shoots, um,
Hmm.
the times, time to eat.
Yeah.
And usually on the weekend, I'm really busy, especially on Saturday. So during the
Hmm.
nighttime, evening time, my mom she allows me to go out and go skating with my friends and shopping and
That's
just
cool.
live the normal teen life because that is very important, especially chasing your dreams at a
Yeah.
very young age.
Yeah, of course. It's so important, and it's amazing that you have the time and manage to fit in those like extra fun days in between.
Yes.
Um, and so you are also an author of another publication. Can you tell us about that?
Well, my notebook journal is called Jamilah Muhammad's Funky Cool Notebook
Mm-hmm.
Journal. I released that.
I guess she lost a connection. Um, but Jamila's been doing like a lot of stuff. I bet she was just about to tell us about her journal, which is super cool. Oh, she's back! Yay!
I'm back. Okay.
Can you tell us about
Can
your
you hear me?
journal?
Okay. Well, my notebook journal is called Jamilah Muhammad's Spunky Cool Notebook Journal. It's a notebook journal where kids, teens, and even adults can write down their daily thoughts. I
Mhm.
produce some daily affirmations to just get your mind in a positive state. I found I was
Yeah.
going through a very rough patch when I actually released that journal in my life
Mhm.
mentally. So I found journaling to be very influential with just going through life and the ups and
Yeah.
downs.
Yeah, I absolutely love the name, by the way. Can you tell me how you came up with it?
Well, actually, I met someone he's kind of like an uncle to me on one of the sets
Mm-hmm.
that I worked on around that age. So we were listing a few ideas and a few things that I wanted to kind of, I guess, add to my career. It's always good to have
Mm-hmm.
something for your own. So we were
Yeah.
just like, a notebook journal, why not? Then it came the name. That's always the hardest part when you're starting a business or clothing line, anything.
Yeah.
And we were just like, why not something cool and spontaneous while still
Mm-hmm.
representing you and who you are with your name involved? So, Jamila Muhammad Funky Cool Notebook Journal. Because we're always using the word funky and cool, so why not put the two
Hmm.
together? Yeah.
Super cool. I love it. It's very unique, like you said. And being an author is a little different than what you've been doing. You've been a part of like the entertainment industry in that area. So why did you decide to become an author?
Well, to be honest, that wasn't my first thought. It was kind of
Hmm.
like a dream that I had. And a lot of the times when you have dreams, it's kind of speaking to you. I like to believe it's the
Yeah.
universe's way of speaking to you. So
Hmm.
I brought the idea to my mom and my saint uncle. And
Mm-hmm.
I tried not to question it too much, just go for it. And it actually
Yeah.
turned out to be something amazing. It's my notebook
Mhm.
journal is still doing very well to this day. And I decided to put out a planner. So hopefully we'll get the same results.
That's amazing. And where can someone get your journal and the schedule?
Well, actually, my notebook journal and planner is on Amazon. Well, the notebook journal and planner is on Amazon. Only the
Mm-hmm.
notebook journal is on Barnes and Noble. So if you search up
Mm-hmm.
Jamilah Muhammad's Funky Cool Notebook Journal and Jamilah Muhammad's Golden Weekly Planner, the two should come up.
Okay, that's so great. I love that. How'd you get your thing in Barnes and Nobles? Is that something you were proud of?
Actually, it was a surprise to me. My uncle was just,
Oh.
hey, go search this and see what comes up. So I searched my notebook journal and it was in Barnes and Nobles. And still to this day, I don't know how it happened, but it was definitely one of my biggest accomplishments. Just to have something of my own on the
Mhm.
website was amazing.
Yeah, I bet. I would be so excited, and I'm so excited for you as well.
Thank you.
And so you have also been part of acting and modeling for quite a bit of time now. Have you ever done some training for it?
Yes, I've worked with Pearl Fizame with a lady named Pearl, Pearl School of
Mhm.
Modeling, Michelle Watson. Who else? There's been quite a few, and my mind kind of went blank. But I have a list of those things on my Instagram. A lot of the people that I work with, um, mentors, Miss Nicola with Girls Who Brunch Tour, Man Robinson, who actually gave me one of my very first speaking roles in Slanging Birds, which was a short film with comedian Nick Lewis. Yeah, it's a variety of people.
That's great.
Well,
And what part of like career path are you thinking of pursuing when you grow older?
honestly, I get the question. The question I get the most is which one do you like better, which would be
Hmm.
acting or modeling? And that's really difficult. Although the two kind of tie hand in hand, they're not really exactly the same as most people would think.
Hmm.
Um, honestly, I'm not sure. That's the hardest question. I enjoy the both so
Yeah.
much. I just love the
Well,
camera and being able to showcase some of my talents and release
yeah.
some stress.
Yeah. And you could always pursue both of them as a career and do both.
Yes.
That would be super fun for you, like both of the
Yeah.
things that you absolutely love. And you have been a part of so many big events, and not only acting and modeling, you also have hosted. Can you tell us about those?
So hosting, again, I never really saw myself doing any hosting. I actually
Hmm.
just recently started about 3 years ago. Um,
Hmm.
and I realized I also love being on the stage from hosting um, different events to red
Hmm.
carpets. I'm actually hosting a car and bike show this Sunday.
Oh,
And
cool.
I just love it, holding a mic in your hand and being
Uh-huh.
able to release some of your positive energy into the crowd and
Mhm.
getting everybody, as I like to say, litty. That's my favorite word. But just getting everybody lit and ready for the performances or
Hmm.
the fashion show. Just, I love pouring my positive energy into other people.
That's amazing. I love that vibe. And can you tell us some particular events that you've hosted?
Um, well, this weekend, one of my little sisters, who I like to call her Miss Ray Sunshine, she's actually having a grand opening to a studio she just opened. So we're throwing,
Wow.
yes, we're throwing um, her grand opening. It's a car and bike show. So anyone in Atlanta, once you go look on my Instagram page, you should see it. I hosted a Easter egg hunt for kids. I do a lot of things for
Oh.
some with kids around the community in Atlanta to kind of get them out and excited,
Yeah.
especially during summer. I have a few events lined up that I can't really say too much about, but just follow me on Instagram and you'll see the list of events that I am hosting. Come out
Yeah.
and show up.
Sounds super fun. Is your sister older than you or your younger sister?
Well, she's actually not my blood sister, but she's younger than me. She
Yeah.
is 14, I believe. Yeah, she is 14, and I'm super proud of
Uh-huh.
her. The amount of kids here in Atlanta by itself is amazing. They're doing so many great things in the industry, from rappers to singers, actors, models, authors, designers. It's truly amazing, and I'm truly blessed to know a lot of them and to see their faces at these different events and just to hug them and yes, come
Yeah,
together as
that's so
one.
cool. Yeah, that's so cool. And like your sister or like a sis, she's at 14 opening a studio?
Yes,
That is incredible. Do you plan on
yes.
collaborating with her soon?
We actually during COVID, we had a talk show called Give Me That Heat where we brought on different artists, designers, just a platform for kids because there's not a lot of platforms out here that actually like to showcase kids and their talents. So we had kids, teens, and adults come on there and showcase their different talents from dancing to rapping, singing. It was a variety of everyone. So you may be seeing something in the future.
That's so great. And I also know not only hosting, but you are a speaker as well. Can you tell us some of the things that you've been a part of there?
Yes. So I again began speaking as I began my journey in hosting. I growing up, I had a really rough patch in life. Especially at a young age, I've been bullied, I've experienced homelessness, the list goes on and on. So I decided I wanted to kind of talk about those things now that I'm becoming older and more stronger and I've realized different ways I can kind of use my story to help other people. And
Yeah.
once I began speaking at, I actually recently spoke at another Girls Who Brunch Tour event. I realized a lot of kids my age, especially of color, we go through a lot of those same things, but we don't really tell anybody, which could
Yeah.
actually be very hard in a way and damaging to one's self-esteem and life overall because when you bottle things in and you keep them in, it can affect you in the future. So that's also another tool, such as my
Yeah.
notebook journal and planner. I like to give back.
Yeah, I love that. I love how you're using your amazing platform to advocate for things, especially things that you've experienced yourself. It's just amazing. Uh, I want to get back into your acting. Is like, can you tell me what have you learned from the experiences that you have been a part of?
Definitely, definitely, definitely patient.
Mm-hmm.
Being, I'm not a very patient person. um, especially when I was younger, but working long hours. Like I said yesterday, I believe I said this yet, but I did have a photo shoot and my call time was 8 a.m. and I was done by 8 p.m. Working those long hours, it could definitely kind of make you tired or drain you physically
Yeah.
and mentally. So I've just definitely learned patience is the key to anything. But when you're doing something that you love, it when you're doing something that you love, it doesn't really feel like a job. It kind of
Yeah,
feels
I know.
like a
I
fair or
feel that. I feel
carnival.
that. Yeah, and I love that you are like very like enthusiastic about it. It's just amazing. Um, can you tell me how has it been during COVID? Because you've been doing films for years now. So has it been any different?
During COVID, I wasn't really working as much because a
Mhm.
lot of the sets they actually did shut down. But towards not really the end of COVID because we're still going through it, but
Yeah.
towards kind of the end of self quarantine,
Mhm.
a lot of sets opened back up, and I did work on one project that I can't really speak about, but getting a COVID test just to go to set rather than getting booked. Here's your call time. Here's what you have to do. It was
Yeah.
definitely different, and then having to film while still social distancing, while still having on your mask, was
Yeah.
definitely completely different. But um, the joy of just being on set and being in front of a
Mhm.
camera around actors and people who love doing the same thing that you're doing, it didn't change. I still enjoy it the same.
I bet. And have you like from a childhood, like have you always like wanted to become an actress?
I When I was young, I was very dramatic, and everybody used to say, "Oh, she's an actress. She is an actress."
Hmm.
I just kind of ignored it. My first passion really was singing, but I can't really sing.
Uh-huh.
So, I knew it was something that I wanted to do because, of course, it involves cameras and
Hmm.
lights, camera, action, all the attention's on you. But
Yeah.
not exactly becoming an actress. I wouldn't say.
So can you tell me how'd you like get into it then?
Well, my mother one day, I believe she saw a casting for extras on the set Star by Lee Daniels. And she submitted
Hmm.
me. She asked me if I wanted to do it. I was like, yeah, of course. Why not? Once I got onto that set, I was amazed. I did not know this is how TV and films work with all the lights, camera, and how many hours you have to put into it and how much work it really is. But I instantly
Hmm.
fell in love with it and just, I felt like I was at home. That's how I felt.
That's great. I love that. And I just want to know, what is the favorite movie genre that you like acting in?
I'm definitely a dramatic person. So I love drama. Anything with crying, I love it.
That's so funny. I love that. That's great though. And so how has COVID been with the modeling industry?
Um, I didn't really work with like in the modeling industry during COVID because again
Mhm.
everything was shut down. A lot of the
Yeah.
studios were shut down where you take pictures, photographers weren't really working. Um so
Mhm.
I'm not too sure. It just kind of stopped my process in like how much I used to model, but I think it was definitely necessary because it gave me a little bit of a shift in my career to kind of get out of my young kid phase and more into my young adult phase. So I'm definitely
Mhm.
grateful that that shift happened in a way. So
Yeah.
it changed in some aspects.
And so I know you have your event next, like this weekend, but is there anything else that you could talk about that you're currently working on?
Well, I get a lot of questions about whether I'm doing any acting classes or modeling classes or self self esteem classes or workshops. So you may be seeing that in a few months in the future.
Ooh, that's
But yeah, I can't
great.
really talk
Yay.
about it.
And so you have been doing so much from such a young age. Super proud of that, and it's absolutely amazing. Um, can you tell me like what you have learned overall as being a teen entrepreneur?
Never give up. It can
Mhm.
be very hard, whether you have your own clothing line or if you're selling a product,
Mhm.
when you're not getting sales or when business is slow or even just getting started, when you're putting so much energy and time into it and you feel like you're not getting that energy and time back, never give
Yeah.
up. Keep going. find different ways. Definitely networking is key. Find different ways you could promote your business, or even staying positive, because it's all a mental thing. Definitely, I
Mhm.
like to listen to positive affirmations, pray first thing in the morning, anywhere that I'm going. Just never
Mhm.
give up. Never listen to the haters because trust
Yeah.
me, they're out there. Never give up and keep your head held high.
That's great. I love that advice. It's very important advice, and just love it. And can you tell me, is this all stuff that you're planning on doing in the future? Like, do you want to continue doing modeling, acting, all of that?
Yes, it started out as a hobby, I would say, but
Yeah.
now that I'm actually about to graduate, um,
Mhm.
yeah, I can see it being a career path. This is what I put my all into. This is what I put most of my energy into. This is what I'm studying. This is it. This is it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah. Um, Also, congratulations for graduating.
Thank
Yay.
you.
Um, and thank you for talking to us. Everything you're doing is absolutely amazing, and so inspirational. Would you like to share your social media for our audience?
Yes, so everyone, you can follow me on Instagram at JamiLahCmuhammad. Jamilah C. Muhammad.
Thank you. It was amazing talking to you, and thank you for watching the TeenPreneur Show. Make sure to follow our Instagram and Facebook at teenpreneur.show. If you want to learn more about what we do, you can check out our website at teenpreneurshow.com. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching the Teenpreneur Show with Dia Coley. Follow us for more information at teenpreneur.show on Instagram. To be a part of the show, fill out the form in the Instagram bio. See you next week!